But he's also a prankster. He's a troll. And I'm a troll, but he did it to me and I didn't like it. It was one of the worst things that happened to me. And actually, funnily enough, it's happened to me here. We were in the pub the week before I was doing the Royal Variety. It was only with Charles and Camilla, not the proper ones. Who gives a shit? And he said to me, how are you feeling about Royal Variety? And I said, I'm really nervous, like I don't know what I'm going to say. There's like loads of protocol. Obviously you can't swear, but there's loads of things you wouldn't realise where like little things that you just can't say. And I said, I'm really nervous, I don't know what I'm going to do. And he knew what he was doing because he went, well, you wouldn't want to say Diana was murdered, would you? I was like, no, why did you put that in my head the week before Royal Variety? It was rolling around in my head the whole bloody week, and I was stood side of stage. It was literally just there at Royal Variety because it was in this room, and I was quaking with nerves, and I don't normally get that nervous about stand-up. Got my little jacket on. I was really shivering with nerves. I could see Charles and Camilla through a gap in the curtain. They were up there somewhere, proper shaking, and I was going through my notes on my phone to remind myself of what I was going to do, what my material was going to be, and I shouldn't have told him, but I told him what time I was going on stage, and he texted me seconds before I went on stage, and it was just a picture of Diana on her wedding day. And then underneath, don't let her down. Absolute bellend. So he's been helping out. I say he's been helping out. He's been giving me bad advice, actually. There was an archway in the living room, and it had a fireplace in it years ago, and I didn't know what to do with it. And he went, oh, you like posh things? Oh, you like posh things? Why don't you get a log burner? So I got a log burner on his advice, since discovered from a quite sanctimonious friend of mine. Shouldn't have got a log burner. They came round, they were like, actually, you shouldn't have got a log burner, actually. It's very bad for the environment to burn logs. I'll send you a book about it. And to be fair, the book burnt beautifully. That was lovely. Farrow and Ball paint, he suggests. He's like, oh, you like posh things? Get posh paint, Farrow and Ball paint. Farrow and Ball has a shop in Solihull in the Midlands, in Birmingham. Solihull, it's still Birmingham, it's the posh part of Birmingham. So there's still vomit on the streets, but there's Monge 2 in it in Solihull. The colour names in Farrow and Ball, elephant's breath. Grey. That's an abstract name they've given to grey. I think you should be able to go into Farrow and Ball with your own colour names, abstract names, and they just have to create the colour they think you're on about. You go and say, yes, I was thinking of painting the living room, disappointed wife. Just see what they come up with. I was thinking in the bedroom, David Dickon, your son, just whatever they think that is. Well, the guy in the Farrow and Ball shop, so posh, he was like, you know, it's like that. Right. I've realised this, I'm not sure if you get this reference, I realised that's quite close to an impression that I do of Jessie from Little Mix doing a Jamaican accent. Okay, some of you know this. If you don't, treat yourself after the show. Jesus. Oh, right. How to describe this? So, Little Mix are a band, I'm sure you know Little Mix, 4 of them. They were doing like a promo video, I think it was, and they had these cards that had accents on, and Jessie, one of the members, got Jamaican, and this is literally what she did. She went, oh, that was it. So, that was the guy in Farrow and Ball. He was that posh. That was how posh he was. I went in, I said hello. He went, you're Jamaican. What was she thinking? So I went in, I said hello. He went, and I said, I'm buying some paint. I'm doing the living room. And he said, are you doing it yourself? And I said, yeah. And he said, have you painted before? And I said, no. And he went, ooh. And I said, oh no, I tell a lie, I've done this one of Paul Chuckles, sorry. He said, well, I don't much like that. Oh, well, Paul Chuckle was fucking thrilled with it, actually, so... This thing is so silly. I did that painting as an exercise. I just thought he had a funny face. I thought I'd paint his face. And I put it on Twitter, didn't send it to him. Somebody did, because he got in touch. He said, Joe, I love that painting you've done of me. My wife got me some paints for Christmas. I want to learn how to paint. If you send me the one you've done of me, I'll do one of you. This is a Paul Chuckle original. It sort of looks like me crossed with the Joker after a stroke, but I'm happy with it. First thing to go up in my house, I love taking people around. They're like, what is that? Made by Paul fucking Chuckle, actually, so... I do love that painting. There's a few things I love about the house. I love a gadget. So I've got an Alexa. Have people got Alexas? I quite like... if you don't know what it is, it's like a little disc, and you call it Alexa, and she does things for you. I literally got it because I wanted to teach her sinister things. That's literally the only reason. I just wanted, when friends had come round for dinner and they were leaving, they were saying, "Oh, lovely to see you, Joe. Thank you so much for having us." I just wanted to go, "Alexa, lock the doors." I've got these plugs as well that connect to the lights, and it means I can turn the lights on using Alexa. And I've given all the lights in my house middle-aged receptionist names. So when I go up to the bedroom, I go, "Alexa, turn Susan on." It feels nice. A lot of comics, a lot of writers will have next to their bed a pad and pen where they'll jot down ideas, things that come to them at 4 a.m. in the morning that they think are genius. I used to have the pad and pen, but I never used it because I couldn't be bothered, really, when I woke up. Now I've got Alexa, I do it all the time. I ask her to remind me of stuff all the time. Here are my 4 favourite things that I've asked Alexa to remind me. 1, glory hole in a glass door. Not sure if I was going to pitch that to Dragon's Den. Oh, a solution to the drugs problem, which actually I think is quite good. In my utopia, all drugs are legal, but they're all £1, and you have to really want them because the only way to access them is in those grabber machines that they have at fairs. Waking someone to tell them something unimportant, I just love the idea of running into Mum and going, "Mum, Mum, 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 Mum! I'm really enjoying the latest series of Game of Thrones." And finally, who called them turtlenecks and not ugly shit clothes? Who did that? Who did that? Showed Alexa to Peter when he came round when I first got her. I said, "That's good, isn't it? She answers questions, plays music." He's like, "It's a piece of shit." Disappeared into the house. Next morning, I was talking to my father at 11 a.m. on the dot, because I remember it very vividly, because Alexa pops up and goes, "This is your daily reminder to suck a dog's cock." 11 a.m.'s early for that, I feel. 3:45 at the earliest, I find, for sucking a dog's cock. Oh. I've also, another thing I love about the house, I've got an off licence. I love the off licence. It's an off licence sort of grocery. Baz, who runs it, my new best friend, he came round to the house when we were doing the works, and I was outside, and he said, "Oh, can I have a look?" And I said, "Oh, yeah." And I showed him the attic. I said, "This will be my bedroom." And he said, "What do you do?" And I said, "Oh, I'm a comedian." And he went, "Oh." And that was the extent of the conversation. Next day, I went into the shop. It was really busy. He ran up to me and went, "You didn't say you're a TV comedian." I said, "Oh, yeah, I've been on telly a bit. It's not that big a deal. Let's not make a fuss." And he went, "Gonna have fun up in that attic?" And I said, What do you mean by that?" And he went, "With all the comedy girls." And I went, "Oh, chance to be a fine thing." You know, tried to be laddie. And he leant into me and he went, "You're a dirty dog." Anyway, Baz and I have been fucking in the attic for a while now. It's been marvellous.